Hello, beautiful. Today we have some tips on how to save time when meal prepping. Meal prepping is extremely important in order for you to plan healthy meals throughout your week, which by making them ahead of time and prepping them ahead of time, you're less likely to make impulsive trips to restaurants or impulsive quick service restaurants in order to eat because you didn't plan ahead. So I definitely recommend meal prepping as an essential tool for you if you are trying to lose weight. Meal prepping also allows you to save time during your week because you're not constantly having to cook a meal every single night. So if you're somebody that's super busy, you can still lose weight, and meal prepping is something that will be vital to you because you don't need to portion out a ton of time throughout the week to make your meals. You just have to do the work up front and plan about a couple hours. I do mine on a Sunday in order for you to plan those meals, prep those meals, and the rest of the week, cooking is a breeze. So our first tip in saving time meal prepping is to definitely utilize your slow cooker or your crock pot. Crock pots or slow cookers, they're so easy to make a giant batch of healthy food without much cooking effort on your part. If you are somebody that lives by yourself, you can still utilize the slow cooker by either cutting a slow cooker recipe in half and making half the amount, or what I usually do is I will cook the large batch and then I will freeze everything that I don't plan on using that week so that later in upcoming weeks I can just take that stuff out of the freezer and that part of my meal prepping is already done. So tip number 2 is to create versatile bases. So personally, I could eat the same thing literally all week if I wanted to. It doesn't bother me, but my husband Chris, that drives him absolutely insane. So if you are somebody that needs to eat something different every single day, this versatile base tip will definitely be helpful for you. So with the versatile bases, what you do is you just prep the base of the dish. So maybe you make a spaghetti squash, or you make a rice and corn medley, or a rice and cauliflower medley, or a bean medley, and you make that base, but you don't add anything else to it. And then during your week, let's say if I'm using the spaghetti squash as an example, I decide, okay, on Monday I'm gonna have spaghetti squash with some homemade ground turkey meatballs. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to have spaghetti squash with a homemade Alfredo sauce and some chicken and a side salad. So just having that base allows you to eat healthier and make sure that you're not going to restaurants all the time, not going out to eat all the time, or getting those high processed foods because they're easier to cook. It allows you instead to have this base that you can just add different things to throughout the week to get different flavors, but still make sure you're eating lower calorie and homemade meals. So tip number 3, I mentioned a little bit during the slow cooker tip, and that is to freeze your leftover portions. So this is definitely a lifesaver, especially if you're someone like me that's super busy. If you freeze your meals or leftovers of your meals in pre-portioned containers, you are better able to then just pull them out of the fridge. Hey, let's say I don't have time to cook this week, but I know I have these 6 leftover meals in the freezer. I just pull them out of the freezer and voila, I'm ready. I'm meal prepped for the week. So I definitely encourage you to freeze leftovers, make a little bit extra of a batch, and freeze some of them in pre-portioned containers. Just keep in mind, things that are cream-based do not freeze well, so definitely avoid, if you're making some sort of cream-based soup, to not put the milk in before you freeze it. Instead, once it's unfrozen, then pour your milk in and mix it into those dishes. Tip number 4, and this is more during the meal prepping, the cooking process, is to use pre-cut vegetables and pre-cut fruits. These are a lifesaver for me. I am notorious for buying the celery, carrot, white onion pack that they have at the store that's pre-chopped. By getting those vegetables pre-cut and those fruits pre-cut, it saves you so much time that all you have to do is cook the dish. It is a little more expensive to buy pre-cut vegetables, but for me personally in my lifestyle, it is definitely worth it because of how much time it saves me in the meal prepping process on my Sundays. However, if you do have a little more time on your hands and you want to save some money, I definitely recommend not using this tip. But if you are someone busy like me, definitely try this tip out. It is an absolute must. And finally, tip number 5 is to portion out your snacks. So not even just making your meals, but also portioning out your snacks in either Tupperware or snack baggies allows you to avoid overeating and avoid excess calorie consumption or eating too many calories during your day. So if I buy a giant bag of pretzels to eat with my hummus, one thing that I do is I make sure immediately when I come home from the grocery store, I prepackage it into serving sizes based on what is on the food label on the back of the bag. I am somebody that can overeat if I just have a big portion in front of me. So by portioning out my snacks, I can refrain from doing that. Plus, it's super easy grab and go in the morning when you're getting your lunches together before work in order for you to just grab what you need and head right out the door. So these are 5 tips to help you save time meal prepping in order for you to have time living, right? We don't want to spend all of our time just focused on our weight loss. And these 5 tips are allowing you to focus on your weight loss for about 2 or 3 hours on a Sunday, prep everything you need for the week, so during the week you can actually live your life and make smart choices because they've already been made for you on Sunday. I want to know, do you meal prep your meals? And if so, when do you do that? Like I've been saying the whole video, I meal prep on Sundays. It's something that it's a routine for me. I don't work on Sundays, so I can easily fit in those 2 to 3 hours to meal prep all my meals. But I want to know for you, do you meal prep once a week? Do you meal prep twice a week? Have you not tried meal prepping yet, but you're excited to do so? Drop it in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel where I have a new weight loss tip video weekly, as well as healthy recipes and easy recipes that will save you a lot of time meal prepping that are absolutely delicious. If you are interested in trying one of my favorite meal prepping recipes, go to my website at leanladiescoaching.com/blogs and click the July blog 5 tips on how to save time meal prepping, and underneath you will find my healthy burrito bowl chicken recipe that is absolutely delicious and very easy to meal prep. And while you're at it, check out my resources, which has tips on how to make a healthy meal, step-by-step guide for you so you can better plan your meals that you are going to prep. Weight loss isn't easy, but I know that you can do it. I believe in you, and I will see you next time.